Hey friends, welcome back. I'm LlamaMamaKayla, and I hope you're all having a great day. So today I was looking for an outfit to do an outfit change on Tallulah, and so this is what I came up with. I thought it was really cute, and I thought it needed something else though. So I decided to make some leg warmers to go with this outfit. And so I made this leg warmer and then embellishing it with a little crocheted flower. So I've made one, and I thought I would go ahead and make the second one on camera so you could see how easy it is to make leg warmers. So I'm going to put this to the side, and this is what we're going to do. So you can make these leg warmers for any size. I'm using a H hook, which is the number 5, and I'm using 4-weight yarn. And I have my 2 yarns here that I'm using, and I have a 3rd yarn for the flower. But you could use a heart if you wanted to, or something else. I just thought, since her skirt has flowers on it, see, the skirt has all these little flowers, so I thought I would just make a flower. Okay, so to get started on this little leg warmer, I'm going to make a slip knot, but I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail to do a little bit of sewing in a few minutes. Not a long tail, just a little bit, about like that. So I'll make a slip knot and putting it on my H hook. Okay, and so to do this you need to figure out what size you need. You can do this leg warmer in any size to fit any age child or adult. I'm going to chain 24, ten, 20, 24. Okay, so you need to figure out, you can try this around the leg that you're making it for and see how that works. I don't think you get a true reading on that until after we put in the first row. Okay, so I have 24. I'm going to chain three extra. 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna double crochet in the 4th from the hook. So I'm gonna count back 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna go into that 4th chain and do a double crochet. So our 3 that we skipped counts as a 1 double crochet, and then we have a double crochet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is double crochet back down this chain. Okay, as I was saying, you can do the chain and see how that fits around the leg, but you're not going to really get a true size of your chain until after you've made this row of double crochets, because they add a space in there and it may end up, a little bit larger than your chain was. So you can always make your chain just a tiny bit smaller than you want, maybe just a couple of stitches smaller, and then put in your double crochets and then try it again and see if it's the right fit. And if it's not, if it's too big, you can kind of overlap it and see how many stitches you need to take away, and then just rip it out and start again. It's, you're not that far into the project that, ripping it out is going to be a big deal, because you're just doing a small, a row of double crochets in the first row. And then if you make it and it's not large enough, You can kind of just hold it there and kind of gauge how many stitches would fit in that space, and just try to add that in and redo your first row and try it again. Okay, I'm almost back down to the first. If you want to make yours solid, you surely can. I'm going to make these striped because that's what will go with the outfit that I'm doing. But you can make these in any color, solid, stripe, variegated, whatever. And I'm using, I don't know if I said this before, I am using a number 4 weight yarn with an H hook. Alright, we're just almost done with the first row. Okay, the last one. Okay, now some people might have wanted to make a loop when they first made that chain to go ahead and connect it and make your loop, but I decided that I was going to do my first row and then connect it. So I'm going to go in the top of that chain 3 that we did. I'm just slipping into the top of it, pull my yarn through, connect, and slip stitch through there. So I'm going to yarn off, tear my yarn off, and finish that row. Okay. Alright, so that's what we have so far, this circle. Now I'm going to take that tail that we left in the very beginning and thread it on a needle. Okay, and I want to close this little gap here. So I'm just going to poke that through and pull it. Okay, and so I'm going to go back through a little loop over here, and then before it closes, I'm going to put my needle back through it to secure that a little bit. Okay. Alright, that's what we have. So I'm going to go back up here to where I tied off right there, and I'm going to put my hook in that same stitch where I did the tie off, and I'm going to put my new color. I'm just going to lay it over my hook like this, and I always put my short end to that side and my working end towards me. So I'm just going to pull that through and then pick up the end that's close to me, which is my working end, and chain 1. And then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going back in that same stitch, and I'm doing a double crochet. Well, the yarn kind of split there. Okay, so I'm doing my double crochet, and that's what I'm going to do all the way down. I'm going through both loops, pulling up a loop and double crochet. So I'm going to do that all the way around in every stitch. And I will meet back up with you when I get to the end of this row. Okay, I've made it around, and I'm putting in my last stitch for this row. Okay, and I do want to make sure this yarn goes to the back here, and I'm going to slip stitch into that first double crochet that I did, not the chain one, but the first double crochet. And I'm just slip stitching in that, and I'm going to tie off my yarn. Okay, and so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to continue that to do this 2 rows, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for 9 rows. Now if your child or doll is taller, you might want to do more rows. That's just, you know, up to you what you need to do. But I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I will meet you back when I finish my 9 rows. And each time I'm just, you know, still just changing colors. You know, you might be doing a solid or a variegated and just keep going. But if you want to, you know, change colors, each time I'm just adding my yarn in, pulling it through, chain 1, and then I'm double crocheting back into that same stitch, and then just double crocheting all the way around. Okay, and I'll meet back up with you when I have finished all my rows. Okay, I'm ending my 9th row, but I hope that you did keep in mind that you can make these as long as you need to. You can, keep going with more rows, or you could, shorten it if you didn't need it that long. So I'm going to just tie off like I did all my other rows. Alright, so there, that's what I have. Now we need to do something with all these strands on the inside. Now if you're making these for a child and this is going to be on the bare leg, you would want to weave in your ends so that they would be comfortable on the child. I'm making this for Tallulah, and she does not complain about anything, so I'm just going to tie these off and clip the ends to make it easier on myself, because Tallulah, never complains, so she won't mind that on her legs. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just kind of double knotting, and then I'm going to come back and clip that. But I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to tie that one again. Okay. Now the next. Just want to make sure I don't forget any strands. And when you're crocheting this, you could crochet over the ends. I just didn't today. Normally I do try to do that. Almost done. Okay, here's my beginning. So it's a little space in here between these, about, a finger's width. So I'm going to tie this, but I'm just not going to pull it tight. And then I'm going to tie it a couple more times now that I can pull the knot tight. Okay, and I'm just going to pick up all these strands and just clip them away. Like I said, that would be, these little knots that it leaves would be uncomfortable on a child's leg. I'm not sure. So you might want to weave in your ends if you don't want to leave the little knots. But they are fine for my project. Alright, so that's what I have. I'm going to turn both of these back right side out. Okay, and I do want my join to be in the back, so I want to keep that in mind when I'm adding my flower. Okay, so I'm going to add a flower to mine. You can add a heart or different things like that, and it'll be, you know, just cute, unique. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, friends.